The Devil's Circle. That sounds fun. Nice and cheerful. Let's join this club, guys. There exists a spot in all forests called the Devil's Circle, which is ubiquitous, I don't know how to say that word, and yet nowhere at the same time. You may find it one day for it to be gone the next. The spot is nothing more than a circle of evenly spaced stones. However, nothing lives inside of these stones. It is just barren dirt. Yeah, because a couple of Girl Scouts made a rock circle because it looked pretty. I did that all the time. I wasn't trying to summon anything. During the day, it's okay to touch it and even stand within the circle. If you plant something in it the next day, it will be dead. The real secret to the circle is if you put someone's hair in it. Then the next day, they will die. That won't hold up in court. I put their hair in a circle. You can't prove it. Perhaps they die mysteriously in their sleep or maybe even a car accident. However, in doing so, you give up your soul to the devil. Not just a piece of it, the whole shebang. You ask yourself, is this true? But the more important question you must ask is it worth it? Yeah. I'm kidding. Don't do that. See, I would die just because my hair sheds so freaking much. Literally, a whole head of hair a day comes off of me. I would accidentally put my own hair in there. My son was 2. He was in a pattern of waking us up at 5 a.m. every morning. Heck no. I don't get up at 5 a.m. No. That's when I go to bed. One morning, I took him downstairs and plopped him in front of the TV so I could try to go back to sleep for 30 minutes on the couch, right next to him. I woke up a few minutes later and he was standing in the foyer, pointing into the kitchen, laughing. He then said, "Mommy is floating in the kitchen." I didn't think much of it, went back to sleep for a bit. That seriously didn't freak you out at all. About 30 minutes later, his mom came downstairs having just woken up, saying she had one of those weird dreams where she flew out of her body, went downstairs and found herself in the kitchen. Freaky! And this guy's username is Geek Among Us. I don't believe a word he says. I wonder if in past times, the space on Earth currently being occupied by my kitchen was the site of an epic life or death battle between 2 giant dinosaurs. Seriously, this very spot I'm sitting right now could have been the death battle of 2 giant T-Rexes, and that is awesome. Or it could have also been the site where a T-Rex ate an innocent goat or something. Did they have goats back then? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know geometry. Witches have black cats because if they had white cats, they would have white cat hair all over their clothes. Oh, that makes sense. I don't even care. I wear black leggings literally every single day of my life now. And every time I go over to this one friend's house who has a dog, I get dog hair all over me. And it's a black dog, so I don't understand how I'm getting white hair on my leggings. They got a secret cat in there. What if sleeping is our natural state and we're only awake to gather information for dreams? You stop that. Stop that right now. Don't mess with me like that. This is the same guy that is making everyone think we're in a simulation or we're actually in a coma and we just can't wake up for some reason and this is a dream-like state and nothing's real. Like, stop that. Stop messing with my head. I'm having a good time. I don't care if it's fake. Barry Wilmore. He was definitely bullied in school for that name. You never know true beauty until you see Earth from space, or true terror until you hear someone knocking on the space station door from outside. In space! You look through the porthole and see an astronaut, but all your crew's inside and accounted for. So who the heck is that? Or what is that? That's a better question. You use the comm to ask who it is, and he says he's Ramirez returning from a repair mission. But Ramirez is sitting right next to you in the command module, and he's just as confused as you are. When you tell the guy this over the radio, he starts banging on the door louder and harder, begging you to let him in, saying he's the real Ramirez. Meanwhile, the Ramirez inside with you is pleading to keep the airlock shut. It really puts life on Earth into perspective, and it's really pretty. Like, this astronaut, this is a legitimate astronaut who has been in space, wrote the best short horror story I have ever read. Cause that's like, that could have actually happened to him and no one believes him, so he's making it out to be a joke. So what happened to Ramirez? We need some answers. Oh my God, I'm getting old. This is so tiny, I need glasses. 1889. Okay, it's an old people story. Tell your parents we're talking about their siblings. A family purchased an old-fashioned house in Philadelphia. The couple started working on refurbishing the whole place. With a lot of time on her hands and no adult supervision, their youngest daughter started spending a lot of time in the attic that had been converted to a playroom. Don't go playing in the attic, there's so much dust up there. And it's creepy. Even after the house was set up, the girl preferred spending time in the attic. When quizzed, she said she played with a little boy who had shiny buttons. Is this like Coraline where he got buttons on his eyes? No ma'am. Sorry, no more play dates. On further investigation, her parents realized that the boy that the daughter was talking about had a child's sailor suit on. The father started making inquiries about the family that lived there before and eventually got to know that the family had 3 children and their youngest son had drowned in the river. The father then accompanied his daughter to the attic and had the boarded up fireplace that his daughter indicated was the place where the little boy came from ripped apart and found the corpse of the little boy dressed in a sailor jacket, who was presumed to have died by drowning. They lied! An examination revealed that the boy had been murdered. Oh my gosh, dad did it, the dad did it, or the mom, I don't know, someone in the family did it to cover it up. The Legends of Nahanni Valley. It's a valley in Nahanni National Park, up in Canada. Very isolated and remote, largely unexplored. Also known as Valley of the Headless Men. So that does not make me want to have a picnic there. Many of the tribes in the area avoided it for thousands of years, believing it was an evil haunted place. A violent tribe called the Naha were said to inhabit it, with large men and strange weapons. They liked to decapitate their victims. Well, that's a fun hobby. They mysteriously disappeared one day, never to be seen again. Oh no, the people that cut people's heads off disappeared. I won't go looking for them. Oh well, they're gone. When the frontier men, miners, etc. started coming in, many mysteriously ended up decapitated. Others just disappeared. It has long had reports of strange lights, UFOs, cryptids, living fossils, overall a strange place and interesting to read about. So why do people keep going there if they hear all these stories about everyone who's ever gone there just mysteriously getting their head cut off or going missing? Why does that draw people in? That keeps me away, like a smart person, because I don't want that to happen to me. Papa Zappa. Nice username. Comment below your most embarrassing username ever. Probably your first Snapchat username. I want to hear it. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. My friend was 2.5 at the time. She was sitting at the table doing some coloring and her mom asked her repeatedly to stop to get ready for the day. She initially wasn't responding and then after mom asked a 3rd time, she put down her pen, stared her mom blankly in the face and said, "Some little girls kill their mothers." Yeah, that's what I thought. And then just go back to coloring. If my kid said that to me, I would have choked on my coffee and said, "You ever heard of a fire station and kids getting left there?" Yeah, I didn't think so. That's when you should take your kid to therapy because he might turn into Jeffrey Dahmer. Daddy, remember that time we died? No, darling, I really don't. Well, here's a reminder. Stab. I don't know what I'm doing. That's a scary kid. She's gonna turn to a psycho. Creepy facts, yay. You're paralyzed when you sleep. Not really, I used to scream and kick as a kid. And I talk in my sleep, it's creepy. Your eyeballs begin to flatten when you die. They deflate? Are you serious? Ew. When you sleep, there is a 50% chance you won't wake up ever again. I don't know about that. I mean, that's why you shouldn't, hold in your sneezes and then go take a Advil because I think that thins out your blood. One of those pain meds does, and then that could kill you in your sleep. But anyways, that's it for creepy conspiracy theories. Comment below your own theories you have and let's debate. And as always, please subscribe, turn on all notifications for the channel, follow me on social media, links are down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.